doing well. My name is Cherisse leon-laurent, audit partner on the Shonak engagement. There's a lot of stereotypes associated with the accounting industry, so much so there's an endless amount of memes out there demonstrating the difficulties encountered on both sides of an audit. That last one's my favorite. I love Harry Potter. Okay, so while these memes are funny, they are making light of a serious issue. The habits that auditors have during an audit directly correlates with the effectiveness of that audit and their reputation as auditors. Today I'm going to be speaking about a complaint received from the Shonak executives, the cause of that complaint, 3 possible solutions to mitigate the continuance of the issue, as well as my personal recommendation about which solution would work best. In anticipation of the new audit year, Deloitte Consumer Relations reached out to the Shonak executives to investigate client satisfaction levels. The feedback was overall positive, but there was one area of concern. The amount of request emails sent during the term of the audit was excessive and at times redundant. Deloitte Consumer Relations also noted that this complaint was received by multiple clients across many different industries. Specifically regarding the Shonak audit, we found that the use of excessive and redundant request emails caused tension with Shonak employees. It resulted in missing or forgotten requests, support requests, as well as missed deadlines within the audit. Shonak employees also found it difficult to prioritize which support requests would come before others. One thing we did find out is that the use of excessive and redundant emails in an audit directly correlates with the lack of a formal firm policy for requesting support. Today I'm going to speak about 3 possible solutions that will mitigate the risk of excessive and redundant emails. The first being it's basically the concept of peer review, or more specifically, senior review. Every senior will be partnered with an intern and first-year associate. That senior will review all of the associate's requests before they're actually sent out. This allows the senior to review for accuracy and redundancy, and it also gives the added benefit of having a more seasoned auditor able to look at this material through a lens that you can only experience, or that you can only see with experience, where it's something that the associates may miss. But the one drawback to this is that a senior associate already has a very large workload, and having to do this on top of their regular workload would be an ineffective use of their time. The next possible scenario is the idea of holding meetings in the beginning of each workday. These meetings will be mandated and also follow firm dictated guidelines. This is with the intent to keep auditing groups on track. This will allow, basically the whole point is to create transparency so that associates are able to see where other associates are testing, and if they're able to work together in consolidating their requests to minimize the amount of emails sent. The one drawback to this, or the issue with this, is that we can't really confirm if any of these meetings will actually take place, and if they do take place, we can't confirm that they're going to follow the guidelines given. And sometimes guidelines can stifle the generic way, or the natural flow of creative thinking that's needed in generating ideas, specifically auditing concerns. The last possible solution is to create an Excel template that will consolidate all of the requests into one document. This will then be sent to the client within one email. This allows someone to review the document for accuracy and a lack of redundancy. And it also will be structured in such a way that it will be easily altered for the audit team to tailor it based on the client and the specific industries in which they operate. The one drawback is that having to consolidate all requests into one document will force the selection process to be finished before anything is actually sent out, which could increase the time taken to send out requests. My personal recommendation for this issue is creating an Excel template that will consolidate all of the support requests within one document. This will have the added benefit of the client being happy. It will allow easy review, as I mentioned before, and the limitation of having to select all of the support before sending it out is really just a misconception. Because it's a tool that will enhance the overall effectiveness of the audit, it's not something that has to be followed to code. It's simply just another tool in an auditor's toolbox. During the auditing planning part of the audit, management can assess the best way to utilize this tool, and whether that be sending out support in waves that will allow associates to focus on different parts of the audit and not have to be worried about spending too much time selecting. I really do believe this is the best recommendation for it. I have addressed the issue of excessive and redundant emails received during an audit, and I have given 3 viable solutions to this issue. I implore all of you to think about the solutions I provided, provide feedback to your manager about which solution you feel would work best and why, and please always remember, be audit you can be. I will open the floor to any questions now.
So I know one of the, your last recommendation I loved, I noticed that you would have to complete the Excel document before it would be submitted. I think that would also be an added benefit, would it not? Because then they'd be able to review all of it in its entirety.
Exactly, and the document will have added benefits of being able to show what to prioritize, where the client would be able to then submit the support needed on our own secure database. And it will basically just, as you said, be able to have a quick review and see where we're at. Sumi?
But there wouldn't be any case that when you're consolidating all the Excel spreadsheets that there could be human error within them?
So you're not, okay. So yes, of course, there could be human error when it comes to copy and paste or anything that people are inputting information. There will always be the risk of human error. Unfortunately, we're not at a place in our company, with as far as technology goes, to have the sort of software that will just submit information in a way that would avoid human error. So either way, if we had this document or not, we still had the risk of human error.
Can I ask you a question? And this is a feedback question, but while you're up there, when you do, can you go back to your alternative solutions slide? Okay, and I know we're not giving feedback right now, but what I think was done really nicely here, and this is, a lot of people always have this question, you had your 3 solutions up there, but you didn't put all the advantages and disadvantages, but at any given moment, I could kind of see what you were talking about. So you were talking about holding a meeting, and I'm like, oh, she's on hold, and I looked really quickly, hold a meeting, got it like within 30 seconds, not even 5 seconds, and then went back to you talking about meetings. So this is a really nice way of using the slides to sort of give your audience a roadmap, and then also, but you know, you have to know what your advantages and disadvantages are. So I just thought that while you were presenting, it just occurred to me that that was a really nice way to do it. I know where you're going, I know where you've been, I can make sure you're talking about, you know, the meeting, oh yeah, she's still talking about meeting, and now I know what's coming up is create an Excel template. But just enough for us to know where you're going.
Thanks. And PowerPoint's really cool. Now, I haven't done a PowerPoint in quite a long time, but now they have like all these cool little things within it that helps you generate.
Yes.
It's really cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just want to make sure that I remember to say that. Okay, thank you very much.
Freely.
And no other questions, right? Good. Okay, thank you very much.